Right, let's come back to this. And we know we're talking about booster here, booster there, booster shots, booster here. And earlier on, I asked Professor Julius Oyugi, will it ever get to a point where we'll need a booster on top of a booster, right, to get vaccinated? Because like I said, there's that meme of someone who's like, by the time it's like 2030, hiya, my forehead, everywhere else, all full of needles because of the vaccination. So just talking about booster shots, why it's important, and will it get to that point of a booster on top of a booster shot?
Yeah, thank you very much. So I want to say two things about booster vaccination. Number one, the current vaccines that we are using, when they were developed, you remember earlier on we said they were developed within a short time. So we didn't gather enough data to know how long the protection will last. So that was one thing. So that data is being gathered as we move on. So what is coming out is that there's a possibility that the protection that this vaccine offer, they wane with the time, they go down with time. And for you to be fully protected against the circulating, COVID-19 virus, whether it is a new variant or the one that is already existing, you need to have your immunity at a certain level. And that is the reason why booster vaccination has been implemented. Most people say that booster is because of the Omicron. Omicron is just coming because most people have now gone past 6 months. Most of the vaccines were estimated that the immunity will last, will start going down after 6 months. So that is the reason why we are giving people boosters. That's number one. Number two, we have had a few variants of COVID now circulating in the population. And the viewer was asking, by 2030, will he have, 30 or 100 boosters?
Boosters, yes.
Yeah. So what we know for sure for now is that even the emerging variants of COVID-19, the vaccines that we have now are fairly good in protecting people from getting serious disease. So we have not seen a situation where a variant has emerged and our vaccines are completely useless in protecting people. So the protection that they provide is very broad. It's unlike other vaccines which only target one aspect of the virus for protection only. So it is important that viewers understand that the boosters, so if we talk about the immunity lasting for 6 months with the previous vaccines, we are also going to gather data. If you get a booster, how long will you stay protected, right? Is it going to be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, right? So depending on how long you will maintain immunity with the booster, that is what will determine how many boosters you are likely to get. But finally, I just want to remind the viewers that there's a virus, influenza, which I think most viewers may probably know, that every single year we make new vaccine because of the emergence of a new variant every year. And people who are at risk of getting severe disease due to influenza are given vaccine, which is made on annual basis. Only people who are at risk, right?
All right.
Yeah.
But did you think this aspect of then monitor for 6 months, especially after you received your booster, just to see how your immunity is doing and then maybe add on to another one? Don't you think this is one of the reasons why people like, for instance, Marceline, who's still with us, is like, there's no point, because if this thing is not giving me the protection that I need, I mean, why do I need to go, and get booster after booster after booster, and yet I want an assurance that this thing will protect me? Let's hear from Marceline,
can I say something before that?
Okay, very quickly.
So if you look at the goal of vaccination now, there are two goals. One is to protect people from getting severe disease. But two, most countries are actually moving towards vaccinating a critical number of the population, whereby you will get herd immunity, meaning that once everybody gets herd immunity, it will be difficult for this virus to circulate in the population, and there will be no need of vaccinating people because there will be less new transmission. Yes.
All right, and Marceline, I'm listening towards Professor Julius is saying again. What is this? Does this concern you more?
I mean, he's talking about herd immunity, and I'm like, is there a point where we'll reach when everyone in the country is going to be vaccinated? But I'm still thinking about, like, I've heard there's a group who are like, I really don't want to get vaccinated at all. I'm actually not with them. I just feel undecided. Because if I'm still at risk of contracting this disease, this virus, then I'm like, why do I need to take the vaccine if I'm not confident about it? Because I'm like, where does it actually stop? There's now take one, take two, then boosters, and then it mutates, and then I mean the way it goes and goes and mutation goes on, then new boosters and new vaccines are coming up. I mean, let me hope there's going to be just one big dose for this killer thing, and then we're done with it.
All right. Professor Julius, what do you have to say? Like, can we just get one, instead of all this, vaccines and boosters and all those things?
So again, as Dr. Akwali had said earlier, this disease is new. We are getting new variants emerging every time, and we don't know whether Omicron is the last, and it may not be the last variant, right?
True.
So we may actually end up with a new variant which behaves differently. Either, it is resistant to the vaccines, or it kills people, very fast. We don't know. And the only protection that we may have if that new variant comes, and we are seeing this with these emerging variants, that those who are already vaccinated, even if a new variant emerges, then you are better protected than someone who is not vaccinated. So I think the message should be get vaccinated and protect yourself. If we are able to vaccinate enough number of people and we achieve that herd immunity target to build herd immunity, there will be no need of vaccinating people because very few people will be infected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.